Good evening. So often we've seen powerful e-bikes used by criminals, including phone snatchers, to make a quick getaway. But the Met say they are hot on their heels. Illegally modified and travelling at dangerously high speeds, the bikes can disappear before victims even know what's happened. Not surprisingly, police want them off the streets. Not every bike is used in criminal activities. Some are used for deliveries, but can still exceed the speed limit, and that's an obvious danger to us all. From Hackney, Cafo Patter reports.
They've become a regular on London streets. Blink and you miss them.
58. That is fast.
Used for everyday deliveries and everyday street crime, but now the police say they are catching up.
These bikes over here, they're all illegal.
Yeah, they're all illegal. So to be really clear, first and foremost, this is not an operation targeting cyclists and commuters. This is an operation targeting criminals.
We're here in Hackney for what's been dubbed Operation Lexand, the Met's latest effort to crack down on illegal, so-called souped-up e-bikes.
One here, I think, was going 56 kilometres per hour, which is about 34 miles an hour, so way faster, 20 miles an hour nearly faster than it should be going. The brakes are not designed to slow it down safely at that speed. You crash into a member of the public, you could kill them.
Leaving no room for error, they've come with this treadmill-looking device. Any bike which can go above 15 miles per hour and it's automatically seized. Far from being a nuisance, these bikes have also become a tool for dangerous criminality, used by drug dealers and phone snatchers alike. The ones who think they've made a successful getaway are in fact tracked with an eye in the sky and eventually arrested.
This arrest right now just shows the type of criminality that these vehicles, these e-bikes, are involved with. That individual was stopped because of what he was riding, but it turns out that he's actually wanted in connection to suspected drug offences.
At every turn, at every corner, officers are waiting. Eagle-eyed riders spot them, turn around and try to flee.
Just keep rolling.
But it's already too late. Testing at 19 miles per hour, the bike goes straight to the impound. And for its rider, a long walk to his destination. For some who are stopped, they are, unsurprisingly, annoyed. But the law is final, and road safety paramount.
So, Kath, what happens to these bikes?
Yasmin, the Met say they've seized more than 2,500 of these modified e-bikes this year alone. I'll tell you something interesting. It's not always the bikes which are illegal, it's the people riding them. So anything that goes over that 15 mile per hour speed limit can be classed as a moped. Riders who have the correct licence get to keep their bikes. They get to ride off into the sunset. The ones who don't get their bikes impounded, later destroyed, or some of these bikes are also sent abroad for charitable purposes.
OK, Kath, thank you. People living in a block of flats in Nine Elms say they're appalled at the way they've been treated after spending 9 days without showers and working toilets. The water supply was cut off at the height of the heat wave. Residents say they're struggling to cook or even make a cup of tea. And as Sharon Thomas reports, promises of help have so far come to nothing.
No running water means no showers, but also no dishwasher, no washing of clothes, no washing of food. It's, you know, you can't flush the toilet. It's not just drinking water. You can't really live without it.
For Em and her partner Adam, living through the heatwave has been far more challenging than for most of us. For the last 9 days, there's been no water in the couple's new flat in Battersea, not a drop.
The one thing we want is water. Oh, and also I want my money back for the Airbnb I had to pay for. Those are like the immediate things that residents need. We need water and we need it ASAP. They need to, even now when I was coming up in the flat, there's no one working on it. Right now, there is no one working to restore water, even though we're on day 9 without water.
Since the water supply failed on the 13th of August, the couple have moved out and spent more than £1,000 on accommodation and haven't been guaranteed it'll be refunded. And they're not alone. In a building where temperatures have soared to more than 38 degrees, other residents are equally appalled.
Not been great. It's one of the probably the toughest weeks that we've had living in London so far, combined with the weather. and just the constant that to think about if you need to go to the toilet or when you want to shower, you have to plan all of these things, and it's just not nice, really.
Em paid more than £600,000 for her flat, her first home, 6 years ago, and is now angry that she and her fellow residents in the Denver building at 9 Elms still haven't been told when the problem will be fixed. In a statement, Bellway, the property developer, says we've been working closely with the relevant parties and have engaged our own contractors to help investigate the cause of the problem and identify the quickest route to restoring a full water supply. While Bellway isn't responsible for the management of the communal infrastructure, we're using our expertise and influence to support efforts on site and help secure a resolution as quickly as possible. Em says she's now going to stay with her parents 200 miles away in Leeds until running water is restored to the home she loves. Sharon Thomas, ITV News.
A murder investigation is underway after human remains were found in woods in Feltham. The remains are believed to belong to a woman aged between 25 and 45 who's not been identified. It's unclear how long she's been there. Police want anyone who may have information to come forward. A man who murdered his flatmate in a row about a £5 debt has been jailed for life. Eugenie Niamtu killed 63-year-old Georgie Tricker in Walthamstow in what police describe as extreme violence during a petty dispute. Niamtu served 15 years in Romania for a similar crime. 3 men have admitted plotting to burgle a jewellery shop in Tooting by tunnelling in from a massage parlour next door. They were arrested after a wider investigation linked them to a string of burglaries worth more than £700,000. They will be sentenced in October. Now, singer Ashley Harley was ill for more than 10 years and sent home from hospital to die after doctors failed to work out what was wrong. She had her first seizure when she was 12 and was only diagnosed after her mum did some research. Ashley has a rare condition which makes her joints overly flexible and her skin unusually stretchy. Against all the odds, she survived, and she doesn't want anyone else to suffer the same way. Before we meet Ashley, here's her remarkable story.
I was undiagnosed for 10 years with something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It changed the way I view the world big time. The worst part was seeing the effect on my family. You know, there's a lot of grief. You know, you grieve for the life you didn't get to live. When I was in the hospital, I would drag the life support down with me. This was when I was still mobile with it, and wrote some songs in a hospital chapel for my family to say goodbye. They had to discharge me because they wanted the bed for a COVID patient, and they said there's nothing we can do.
And I'm delighted to say that Ashley is here. Ashley, it's so lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in. Hello. Let's just first of all explain what people are seeing and hearing, because they might be hearing what's happening. So just explain why you need this machine, what it's doing for you.
I have problems with my lungs, inflammation in my lungs, which means my oxygen sats drop. And this machine that's making all the noises, that's what's helping get me through with this.
And just explain a little bit more about how your condition affects you day to day. What happens?
So I can get seizures where I completely lose consciousness and I stop breathing, my heart stops. And that is what first presented when I was 12 with this condition. It then progressed to the point, because I was undiagnosed, where I was given 6 months to live, put on a life support machine. And because it was in the middle of COVID, the doctor turned to my mum and said, well, we haven't got treatment for her. We've got treatment for the COVID patients, so therefore Ashley's discharged. When my mum contested that and said, what are we going to do? He turned to her and said, use Ashley's death to lobby the Prime Minister. So instead, we're going to use a song.
Yes, you're going to use your life, and we're going to use the song.
The life and song instead, yeah.
We will, let's come to that in just a second, because I just want to find out from you, it took 10 years to diagnose. That took away your childhood, really, didn't it?
Yeah. I didn't get the chance for an education, normal friendships, anything like that. And it's sadly quite a common story for people who grow up with difficult to diagnose conditions, and it's a systemic issue in the NHS currently. That a lot of young people are really struggling to get a diagnosis and treatment. And ultimately it comes down to funding.
And your mum ended up having to do all the research, didn't she? But
Yeah.
not everybody's going to have someone like your mum.
Exactly, and that's why we started the Save Our Lives charity, is so that they can get the diagnosis they need, and then we can help point them into towards the right treatment.
Let's talk about what you're doing tomorrow, because you are marching with hundreds of other people to Downing Street. And you mentioned the song, so let's talk about the song, because what song is it? Just tell me what it is.
Itsy Bitsy Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, and if you want to hear it, you can scan this QR code. And you can listen to it.
And you can also get a little blast of it now. Why don't we have a few seconds of it now?
Sure, it's obviously famous.
So Ashley, just explain, because I think what you've done is you've changed some of the words, haven't you?
Yes, I rewrote the lyrics to be about growing up with an illness.
Yeah.
So it's obviously the super famous Yellow Polka Dot Bikini song.
I remember it well.
And we thought this is actually a really fun way of making a difference for people. And then tomorrow we're also being joined by the original singer, Brian Hylands.
That's amazing.
Who's going to come and sing it with me.
But the other person that you're hoping is going to come and sing it with you,
yes,
Andy Burnham.
Andy Burnham, if you're listening, we're challenging you to a battle of the bands.
That's incredible.
And we've got the band, we've got the drums, everything's ready for you. I'm doing the first solo. Maybe you could come and do the second?
Well, you heard it here, Andy Burnham, if you're listening.
Yeah.
We're nearly running out of time, but just in the last few seconds, just tell us what you want the government to do. This is very important.
To work with us to change the NHS system so no more young people lose their lives unnecessarily.
OK.
And if people want to join us, come tomorrow, 12 o'clock, outside Downing Street. Get ready for the music.
Oh, listen, good luck tomorrow, Ashley. It's been such a joy to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
It's been really great to meet you.
OK, still to come on the programme, the return of the Premier League. Can title holders Arsenal get off to a dream start? Plus,
willing to be brave.
An epic new production of Charlotte Bronte's timeless story of ambition, independence and love. We take a first look at Jane Eyre, a musical. But first, today has been a long time coming for survivors of terror attacks. A moment to remember what they went through and acknowledge the lasting impact on their lives. The first special day of remembrance is also an important occasion to honour those killed and make sure the names are not forgotten. Travis Frayne survived the Westminster Bridge attack in 2017 and told Jay Akbar how the trauma never disappears.
The Westminster Bridge attack will forever be etched in the minds of survivors, witnesses and the millions who watched events unfold at home. Khalid Massoud killed 5 and injured more than 50 when he drove a van into crowds of people on Westminster Bridge. Travis Frayne suffered multiple injuries, including a fractured leg, which took 2 years to heal. He's long called for a day to recognise victims and survivors of terrorism.
It's a milestone, a bookmark in our journey to try and improve support for victims more broadly. And hopefully this will be an opportunity once per year where we are guaranteed that opportunity.
The first National Day for Victims and Survivors of Terrorism was marked with an event in Westminster today. It included a 2-minute silence and this promise from the Prime Minister.
Sometimes you can be made to feel like you're the person who's done wrong, that no one in the system is fighting for you. Well, speaking on behalf of my ministerial colleagues, and the Victims Minister is with us today too, we will fight for you.
8 people were killed in the London Bridge attack of 2017. Going further back, 52 people of 18 nationalities in the 7/7 attacks. Dr. Thelma Stober was stood next to one of the suicide bombers when he detonated.
Victims and survivors, we carry visible and invisible scars. Our experiences may shape how we see the world, how we relate to others, and how we navigate everyday life.
Dr. Stober, Travis and other survivors want change, but more specifically, improvements. It was on this bridge 9 years ago that Travis's and so many other people's lives changed forever. He welcomes today. He campaigned for it, but he said that it must come with the kinds of actions and protections for survivors that he doesn't feel he got.
This has to be a day of action, and we understand how to support the victims of future attacks better than the way in which we were supported or not after our attacks, and also to look at how we can all identify the signs of radicalisation in order to help one another and prevent these attacks from happening in the first place.
Future events will be held across the country. It's hoped that reflecting on the past will make the future safer. Jay Akbar, ITV News.
The Premier League is back tonight with Arsenal beginning their title defence at home to newly promoted Coventry City. Let's get all the sport. Now, just hours before kick-off, Arsenal have announced their newest signing. It's 28-year-old defender Ezri Konsa from Aston Villa. Konsa, who was born in Silvertown, had made 200 appearances for Villa and describes the move as a privilege. Mikel Arteta's side head into their opener with confidence after lifting the Community Shield against Manchester City on Sunday. They kick off against Coventry City tonight at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow afternoon, Brentford will host Tottenham. Brentford will be looking to continue to build on last season's league momentum, while Spurs begin their new era under Roberto De Zerbi. He will be hoping they don't make it a third year with a 17th place table finish. Stamford Bridge has been announced as the home ground for all of the Champions League fixtures for Ukrainian side Shakhtar Donetsk. They have not been able to play a home game at their stadium since 2014 after the war with Russia started. Sticking with Chelsea, on Monday night they go up against Fulham at Craven Cottage. Both sides will be led out by new managers, with Xavi Alonso beginning his reign at Chelsea and Alvaro Arbeloa returning to the Premier League, taking charge of Fulham. Both managers used to play together at Liverpool.
So we are very good friends until Monday night, and then when we will be there on the touchline, so close, and for 90 minutes I think we'll give everything for our class for 90 minutes. Like he said, we will not France, and that's the most important thing. We both want to win that game.
Now, our pets bring us love, loyalty and laughter. And despite the occasional bit of chaos, we wouldn't be without them. So what makes that bond so special? In a moment, we'll catch up with Gabby Roslin, who's been meeting some pretty extraordinary animals and their owners in a new series. Let's take a little look.
The little puzzle toys over there.
No, they don't play puzzle toys. Don't be ridiculous. A rabbit plays a puzzle toy.
Yeah, they're very intelligent.
We put the food in here.
No.
They figure it out.
And they pull them out.
No, please can you show me that?
I wonder if they'll do it. We can put it out and see if they do it.
This is too, I'm sorry. And I had rabbits. Oh, no.
Oh, look, see?
No.
Moose is really getting very interested. It's Zeus, isn't it? That's Zeus. Is that Zeus or Moose? Oh! Look at that.
Oh, Gabby, you had such a good time on this programme.
Well, it's called The Joy of Pets, and it is. Pets bring joy. And working with wonderful vet, Dr. Bolu, and just all the different animals. But I had rabbits, and I didn't know that they needed that, because it's for their mental health and their physical health as well, to be so they don't go rummaging around and they don't, gnaw at things. They need some puzzles. They need things to do.
So that's what, actually that means that this programme is quite practical, isn't it? It's actually giving people some quite good guidance.
It's got advice. We've got medical detection dogs. We've got rescue animals. We've got pet therapy. We have alpacas.
There they are.
I love look, you can tell.
Great hair.
I am obsessed with the alpacas. Absolutely lovely. But it's got everything. We've got spiders, snakes, guinea pigs.
How are you with those kind of animals? Because cats and dogs fine. Oh, you love them all?
No, I do. Now I do. I never thought that I would love an African land snail.
But you do?
I learnt all about it because we had one on the show, and we could see it drinking. I know you have to watch, and you'll see that I haven't gone completely mad.
You meet some remarkable pets, as you're just saying, remarkable animals, and they've transformed people's lives, haven't they, in a lot of cases?
Totally. As we said, with the therapy pets, but also medical detection dogs. It is incredible. They can tell, you know, if whatever their pet parent, as Dr. Bolu says, we have to call them, whatever issues they have, whatever illnesses they have, they can tell if they're just about to faint or if they need to take their tablets or if they're going to be sick. I mean, it's incredible. But I learned so much, and I wanted to take every single pet home.
Did you take any home?
No, but I now want house tortoises, about 25,000 dogs. I definitely want chickens. I've never held a chicken before. Have you ever held a chicken?
No, I haven't. I think I'd be a bit scared, to be honest.
No. It's lovely because you can feel it breathing, and it's just, oh my word. And snakes and a monitor lizard. Have you? Monitor lizard. The head was here, the tail was here. It was enormous.
I have a strange relationship with lizards because I'm terrified of them, but I'm also completely intrigued by them to the point where I want to go and touch them. But I'm terrified of them.
Joy of Pets on Sunday morning at 11:30 on ITV.
That's what I need to watch. You are very drawn to life-affirming, positive projects because you've got your podcast as well.
Yeah, reasons to be joyful.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be like a kind of concerted effort on your part to do this.
Do you know, I'm very lucky that's how I grew up. I was one of the, you know, my parents always said, like Pollyanna. I was always like that, and I'd chat to anybody everywhere I went. And we did grow up in a house of pets as well, I have to say. Yeah. Loads and loads of animals. But my parents were like that, so I think that's how I was. And I always wanted to be in television, because television made me happy to watch. So I thought, I want to do that to make people happy. I was never going to be a stand-up comedian, just wanted to be a presenter.
But you're just spreading joy.
Hopefully, yes.
You were recently given the Freedom of the City of London.
I know.
Incredible.
Which means I can walk sheep across the bridge, which I'm going to be doing next month.
So you're actually going to do it?
Yes.
Why?
Because you can. Because I'm allowed to.
I think we've got a little dry run of you doing it with a pet.
Oh,
with a cuddly toy.
A cuddly sheep.
So you've had a little go at it.
That sheep's called Bar. It's called Bar after Barbara Windsor.
Why not?
Because she was given the freedom, and it's in her memory.
So you've done that in her memory. Amazing. Well, that's something to look forward to, and we will be watching on Sunday.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Gabby.
Thank you.
OK, the weather's definitely been cooling off a little bit this week. I think it's going to stay that way for the weekend and then get slightly warmer into the beginning of next week. Let's get all the details now. Here's James Wright.
Expect clear skies, island vibes and afternoons made for exploring. TUI sponsors ITV London weekend weather.
Again, good evening. A few showers around this evening, but actually the weekend's looking pretty settled. Lots of sunshine around, pleasantly warm without being too hot. Certainly no heat wave just yet. A few showers around, as I say, they're drifting down on this northerly breeze, but high pressure is starting to build. It will be pretty much on top of us by the time we get to Sunday. As it moves away, just starts drawing in warmer air from the continent. We've got to keep an eye on this little system here. Not immediately affecting us, but through the middle part of the week we could get some pretty hefty thundery showers. It's certainly one to watch. This evening though, a few showers drifting around, as I say. Once the sun goes down, the energy disappears, the high pressure starts to build, it squeezes out the showers, and we've pretty much got clear skies by the end of the night. Rural spots might actually get down into mid to high single digits, and in town we're looking at around 12 or 13 Celsius. Tomorrow then, it's going to be a sunny start to the day. Still got that light northerly breeze, but still enough sunshine to make things feel pleasantly warm. Just a bit of fair weather cloud bubbling up. Temperatures very similar to today at 22 Celsius, 72 in Fahrenheit. Slightly lighter breeze, bit more sunshine. I think on balance it'll probably feel warmer than today. Next few days then, lots of sunshine around, not necessarily cloudless skies on Sunday, but plenty of sunshine nonetheless. Very light winds. Then we see the wind change directions whilst it's sunny. It'll also start to see temperatures rise as we head through Tuesday. Nice sunny start, but cloudy later. Warm at 25 Celsius, then that risk of things becoming more unsettled next week.
TUI sponsors ITV London weekend weather.
Now, after wowing audiences on Broadway and picking up 5 big award nominations, Jane Eyre, a musical, is about to bring the story of passion, secrets and a fight for freedom to London. The musical was inspired after its creator picked up a book at an airport. So what can audiences at the Southwark Playhouse expect from this classic love story brought to life on stage? Here's Daisy Purcell.
It's a tale of independence and passionate love that has stood the test of time. Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre has been enjoyed and studied the world over, and now, almost 180 years after it was penned in Yorkshire, its musical form is coming to London.
It's such a classic piece of feminist literature, and I think the reason why it is so still beloved today is because at its core she's a young person who's told where she belongs, told what to do, and she goes, no, I'm not going to do any of that. I want my own autonomy, and I think that's something everyone can relate to.
The story of Jane, an orphaned child who makes her way in the world as a governess before falling in love with the dark and brooding Mr. Rochester, has been adapted on stage and screen over generations, but rarely, if ever, as a musical.
Those songs are their inner thoughts that they can't express to people, you know, in face to face, so they become a song. It's like their inner thoughts, so that's why, as a musical, it works so well.
Yeah, and it feels like the audience are in on the secret.
It was the brainchild of composer Paul Gordon nearly 30 years ago.
I was literally at the airport and I picked up 2 books, Little Women and Jane Eyre. I started reading Jane Eyre on the plane. By page 10, I was in tears and I knew that this was the musical I wanted to write. It literally took all my willpower not to write music until I'd finished the novel.
He teamed up with legendary stage director John Caird, who is co-directing this run with Broadway star Megan McGuinness.
The story is such a beautiful one that it speaks just as much to those in the States as it does to those here. Yes, people know the novel better here, but I've been obsessed with this novel since I was a teenager. So all I thought was, oh my goodness, this is everything I've always wanted. My favorite heroine, gorgeous music, a perfect adaptation.
And I know you're afraid, I'm as scared as you are.
After decades of being performed across the Atlantic, bringing Jane and Rochester back to British soil is a homecoming of sorts.
The Bronte sisters were sort of a miracle, really. They created something that is sort of unmistakably English. I mean, we say we're bringing it home to London, but we won't really bring it home until we do it in Yorkshire.
Jane Eyre the musical opens at the Southwark Playhouse Elephant next Friday, where fans from London or Yorkshire or beyond will no doubt fall in love. Daisy Purcell, ITV News.
And we couldn't go without wishing Ethel Caterham from Surrey a very happy birthday. And it's a very big one. She is 117 years old today. That earns her the title of the world's oldest person. Ethel spent the day with family and friends at her care home in Lightwater. She was born in Hampshire in 1909, 5 years before the start of the First World War. She said she looked forward to seeing what the next year brings. Happy birthday, Ethel. Now that's it from us. The evening news is next with Charlene. From all of us on the London team, have a really nice evening. Bye-bye.